In this video, I will demonstrate the Kitchener or grafted bind off for double knitting flat with all the stitches on one needle. When you graft, you are creating a row of stitches. In double knitting, we have two layers of fabric, the front and the back, but we're only going to graft with one color. So first we do a setup row where we will be purling the back stitches and simply slipping the front ones. Now you'll still do the normal twist that you would do, which I demonstrate in my other videos. So I have that purl stitch yarn wrapped around the other. You'll just leave this yarn here and you will slip the front, bring the yarn forward and purl the back. You'll do this all the way across. And what we're doing is we are making a row on the back and not on the front. So your back will be one row higher than your front. And then with the front yarn, we will be creating a row with our graft to bring them both up to the same height. You get to the end of the row and you will slide your stitches back to the right, whether you're on a DPN or circular. If you are using a straight needle, then you will have to slip the stitches back one at a time. When you finish the setup row, you will cut the tail to weave in later. Then you'll cut your front strand approximately 5 times the width of your project. Now, sometimes you'll see grafting call for 3 to 4 times the length, and that may be fine if you're doing something like closing up a toe where you want a nice tight graft. But in this case with double knitting, we're creating a row of stitches and we very much want those stitches to be the same size as all the others. So I have found in my work that I use almost 5 times the width of the project when I'm doing a grafting bind off. So I've gone ahead and done that here and threaded my tapestry needle. In general, we are going to be working pairs of stitches of the same color, 2 yellows or 2 blues at a time. We first though are going to start with a setup where we do just work one pair of 2 different colors. And that is similar to a regular Kitchener if you're familiar with that. So this very first stitch, we're going to go in purlwise and leave it on the needle. Then the slight difference is we're going to go behind this yellow stitch and go knitwise into this first blue stitch and leave it on the needle. Now going forward, we're going to be doing pairs of stitches in the same color. So I go into the first yellow knitwise and then the second yellow purlwise. So the first stitch I let off, the second one I leave on the needle. Now I'm going to work a pair of blue stitches. I go in the first blue stitch purlwise and take it off the needle. Then I go behind the yellow stitch, go in the blue stitch knitwise, and leave it on the needle. Yellow knitwise and off, purlwise and on, blue purlwise and off, behind the yellow and knitwise and on. And we're starting to get this row of yellow stitches. It's not too clear yet, but you'll see as we move along. And you want to do it sort of snug, but not too tight. As I said, you want these stitches to be the same size as the others, and it's probably a little better to make them a little loose than too tight, because it's easier to tighten them up than it is to loosen them, I have found. Okay, so I've come to the last pair of stitches, and in this case I will just go in and knit off and then go into the next blue stitch and purl off. Now for the tidying up that I was telling you about. Some of these stitches you'll see look a little bit large or wonky, but it's just one continuous yarn that snakes along the top. So it's very simple to just pull a little bit, and then this one is going to go around and under, so we pull this one a little bit this way, and we do this all the way across, making sure not to do it too tight, which would defeat the purpose of cutting a nice long tail. But we do this all the way across as needed until you get to the end. So there you have it. A nice 2-color invisible bind off to match our cast on. nice neat side edges. Cute little double knit square.